Summer's almost over, but at Old Navy the styles are as hot as ever. Get to Old Navy now for 30% off all jeans, 40% off all dresses, and 50% off all tees. That's right, get 30, 40, and 50% off all your favorite styles for the whole family, plus up to 75% off clearance. Hurry in fast. These deals won't last. The sale ends soon at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid in-store 8/22 to 8/28 and online 8/22 to 8/24. Excludes in-store clearance, bubbles, active, licensed, and men's package tees.
Let's consider the secret life of the innermost nesting doll. Living most of her life in the dark, inside the other nesting dolls, she has plenty of time to think, if she could. Sadly, she has no brain. However, when an innermost nesting doll hears that Geico not only saves people money, but also has been providing great service for over 75 years, she thinks it's obvious you should switch. Because yes, switching to Geico is a no-brainer. Pity the innermost nesting doll and her lot in life.
Hi there, this is Jim the Keys bartender coming to you from Key Largo. It is episode 197 because we recorded 196 last week. I want a firm pickle. Was that last week?
No.
Did we go, it puts the blue cheese in the olive or it gets the soda gun?
I don't think we've done that.
Did we do the one to take your finger out of my butt? No? Okay.
No, I don't remember.
Okay, well, it's. I didn't do that either. It was. Well, I had writings in here for things about unreasonable requests by customers and stuff like that. I'd like to thank all the listeners. We've had a great boost in recordings. We just found out recently that 43 Keys Media, our production company, I had a meeting with them this week, and we were discussing listenership, and the listenership was going up on our demographics on Spreaker. This thing right here. Okay. You see in front of us. You don't see, but if some of your listeners, if you're listening on Spreaker, but you could listen on Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and stuff like that. And if you're not familiar with this, you don't have to be familiar with it. It's just that we have a soundboard, we have microphones. I've had issues, I guess, with sound quality. And the soundboard, we have a virtual soundboard on our computer and I have a soundboard hooked up to it. You figure between the two, I'd be able to figure it out after it's over 2 years. It's 2 years. I've been doing this. And for a little over a year, I had someone else doing it. And even that person from time to time kind of screwed up. But this time, I think, without getting too hinky, I just hit, they told me that the auto ducking doesn't do it, but our sound quality has been great in the last 3-4 weeks.
No, it's wonderful.
Yeah, and we have increased listenership. There's an option here, and just so people know, this is why I know that I have listeners in Poland, Germany, Australia. Recently, Lady Lake, Florida, because there was an episode I called Lady of the Lake. My sister that was her nickname. Lady of the Lake, and it comes from
Excalibur.
Yeah. She didn't get Lady of the Lake because she was angelic or anything like that. Because we had a creek. We called it a crick from where we're from, north of northeast Philadelphia. We called it a crick, which sounded like a crick in your neck, but it was this brown. Yeah. It was from water. Oh my God, I'm going to piss off my relatives. I'm going to do it. There was north of Philadelphia, there was a town called Doylestown. It's a quaint town in Bucks County, about 10 miles from one of the coolest towns in Pennsylvania called New Hope, Pennsylvania, an artist community in between Philadelphia and New York. And there was a small valley that was part of a farmland called Troger's Farm. Troger was a farmer, and it's in the valley was on the base of the valley was bottomland, and bottomland near creeks. What happens to bottomland? Gets muddy and flooded, bad for crops. And the walls of the valley they didn't have to do that intense irrigation because there were so many other good pieces of land to farm on. So what he did, he gave long-term leases to people from Philadelphia, like 100-year leases, for a small amount of money, and they built cabins. and he put little outhouses. We'd get them regularly pumped out, and there were cabins that were bare bones practically. They had electrical hookups. We did have electrical hookups. We even had plumbing hookups, except for the outhouses, obviously. Now I think they have the septic tank thing instead of the outhouse.
Well, that explains the brown water.
Well, the brown water wasn't near. Yeah, I know, but it was disgusting. But with little experience, children really don't care. We jump into that. We put our boats in there and stuff like that. The brown water wasn't full of shit and stuff like that. Actually, it was full of fish too. It was just
Brown water was full of iron.
Iron.
Iron. That's what makes it brown.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the mud at the bottom.
No, it's iron.
Is it iron?
Iron. It leaches into the water.
With the leeches.
Yes.
And the Lady of the Lake.
The Lady of the Lake. Yeah, we would inner tube and we'd have the swings there and stuff like that. But I digressed. I talked about listenership. We were talking about listenership. How we found out that because I was in Poland, I posted wedding recordings on right before the show. Jenna's sister, Anna, who's here visiting for 3 weeks. Say hello, Anna.
Hello.
We did a small show on Keys Bartenders Extra. You'll notice now that the show is called Florida Keys Bartender. We got to get some pictures. The production company said we should get some pictures of us so we can post it so they can see what we're doing. And if we get some, could you? Oh, well, thank you. How's my hair?
Oh, you're looking fabulous.
I'm looking fabulous. I'll take my glasses off.
Fabulous.
I don't have to look fabulous. Get some pictures of us, or all of us, and let's get a picture of you too. Okay, but
I look very lovely, don't I?
What in the meeting? Like I said, in my demographics, I know that we have people listening. We like 15% of our listeners from Key Largo, another 12% are from Key West, and then we may have Miami, and then it could be Canada,
Blaine, Minnesota. That's where Mom
Minnesota.
is.
Well, actually, it's from where the origin of her internet hookup is. Yeah. It doesn't actually, like the town in Poland that my wife's from is Sanjeshu, but it says Dabicha. Dabicha is the next larger town next to it, and that's where their internet hub is. I guess where they do that stuff. So that's where we found out. And then I found out, to my chagrin and happy ignorance, was that they're posting it too, 43 Media. So we have twice as many people.
That's
listening.
good. Double the exposure.
Double the exposure. Double your pleasure. Double mint gum, right?
That was the Double
Remember
Mint
that
Twins.
Double Mint Twins? Yes. They did. We also said, that's why I said, if you're ever at did I say yet about the Catch? I work at the Catch restaurant in Key Largo. And if you're ever in town, and listeners, please come and see me when I'm bartending. You could call up and ask for me. They'll tell you my schedule when I'm working. They may get annoyed, but then again, the owners don't mind because they know that you're going to be coming in for that. They like to come in and tell me that you're a listener for a show. Don't be one of those sneaky knuckleheads.
Secret shopper.
Secret shoppers, yeah. Sneak in and try to pull a fast one. And then maybe... Yeah. And you know what? I can just whip it out for you.
Whip it out.
Yeah, my smartphone, and which I can record on. So I'm not going to say I'm going to whip out my man thing, or if I was a girl, my girl thing, the boobie, little boobage popping out, just to get listeners.
They have a mind of their own.
Yeah. What they do?
Mine do.
They do.
They do.
Are we talking about the same thing? No. Okay. It doesn't have to be the same thing, but they asked me to mention that, and also give me a reminder. We are 8 minutes into it. At the 20-minute mark, we got to take a break, and we're going to discuss all these things and what we do on this particular show to try to make it more palatable for you. But the one thing about the show is it's about difficult customers. It happens all the time. It's people in every industry has it. I mean, if you're a police officer or state trooper, much like Joe was here, known as Papa Joe to the rest of you, or Anna, what was your career?
I manage restaurants.
Manage restaurants, so you know exactly what he said. Put the blue cheese in olives. So you have blue cheese olives, or
Gorgonzola's better.
Okay, wait. How long have you been in the restaurant business? Don't say give away your age. How long you been? 20 years?
40.
Okay, well, you didn't have to give away that much. I didn't say. When was the first time you heard about celiac disease? That's gluten
Long time
intolerant.
ago.
Oh, really?
A long time ago. But it didn't become a restaurant thing for maybe 15 years, 10 years.
They still say that the percentage of it is still the same rate as it was a long time ago. But people are claiming, just like you had the fucking people with the
any
service
kind of health trend, people are going to find a reason to try to change their, follow the birds.
Is that the gluten?
Yeah, the gluten thing. There's so many things. Remember,
I don't know
fall in love with that microphone, my friend.
I don't know about the gluten thing.
No, it happens a lot that people say it. I'm not suggesting. Well, I am suggesting. I think I call bullshit on some of it.
A lot of people just want cauliflower crust pizza.
But to go and wave a gluten intolerance in front of you is kind of a bullshit thing.
It is bullshit, but
Don't
you know
put a
what?
pickle.
Give the
Remember
people
the
what they
pickle?
want, right?
How about a pickle? Yeah. But I know. And then, but what happens the next time another ingredient becomes the
bad guy?
Yeah, the bad guy. And then you have to do gluten and corn syrup or...
Well, they use corn syrup to make the plastic bowls now. They melt. They dissolve.
There's two sides here. So you have people that say I'm gluten intolerant or I'm just downright allergic to it, right? So, okay, fine. So substitute essentially bread for cauliflower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then there's, what's the sugar additive? What's the
fake one?
Corn syrup. So I'd rather have sugar than corn syrup because the body produces
right,
digests it
exactly.
differently. Okay, so if they would just say, look, it's healthier. I don't want to eat bread. I'll eat the cauliflower. And I don't want the fake sugar. Just give me the real sugar if I'm going to have sugar because to me it's healthier. I can go with that. And if everyone says I prefer a healthier diet, restaurants would have done the exact same thing. But I think there's a lot of fear, isn't there? I mean, you say gluten intolerant, and you could probably go to 4 or 5 doctors, and what's the test for gluten intolerance? Maybe someone
gas,
cats,
gas.
Oh, test.
Gas.
You're saying
gas.
what's the symptom? What's the symptom?
The symptom will be
symptom. That's a symptom. That's not the test. The test, like a scratch test. There could be a scratch test. Yeah. They could do a scratch test. Gluten intolerance.
Some kind of allergy. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's a gluten allergy.
I don't know what they'd swipe on you.
There's a lot of room for Americans to probably eat a little healthier as opposed to what we generally eat. So if they would just say, look, I want to eat healthy, if the mass of people concerned about gluten, instead of saying I'm intolerant, said, I just want to eat healthier, I think the industry would have responded just
kale, yes.
Well, my daughter is recently my daughter has recently eschewed meat, non-fish.
Well, I chew
protein
meat every time I eat meat.
Eschew. ESCHEW. Eschew.
So does she do like the Impossible meats or the Beyond Burgers?
I didn't introduce that to her. We got her on the faux nuggets.
The Impossible Burger isn't bad, but it has GMO.
Yeah. Oh, she's not doing it for a political. She doesn't have that issue right now. The thing with her was more of
sorry, Hogan's barking.
Yeah, that's all right. We did back. No, these are dynamic mics, and they'll hear the dog, but it won't. A powered mic, it'd be like that dog's barking right there, but they'll hear a hint of it. It's great background noise for us. Yeah, he could bark right next to us, and you wouldn't hear.
Not here.
Once you hold it, you're holding the mic close. Papa Joe's doing it close, and that's great. So where were we on gluten intolerance and stuff like that? We're talking about difficult customers and things like that, and their expectations. And if you're difficult, I think it's a crime.
Tip accordingly if you're difficult.
Yeah. And
I'm more than happy to help you.
It's a cry for attention too.
Yeah.
But think about the things where people responded for that. First, there's too many fucking calories in beer, so Michelob Ultra Light, then Ultra Light Gold. Now, what do we have? It's this new phenomenon. It's amazing. It's so huge. Spiked Club Soda.
What?
Spiked Club Soda. Hard Club Soda.
Hard club soda.
You don't know it? Go to Publix. If you see that case of Club Soda there's one called Truly and another one. And you know what? I may be fucking myself over saying this thing, but you know what? I don't care. You know what? I'm not gonna, even if I was offered, listen, I know I don't have any liquor companies knocking down my door yet, but they will not knock down my door now. But I think it's total bullshit. Because I told people that ordered the Spiked Club Soda, you're getting malt liquor, which is the worst kind of liquor to get. Why don't you get club soda and potato vodka and put a little in it, put a measured amount in it. You can control yourself, and you can have the same effect, the same amount of alcohol.
And it might even taste better.
And it's cheaper. It's like those cases are, oh my God, I think it's it's like $25 for club soda with malt liquor mixed into it.
So the club soda, the hard club soda, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
So club soda, which is kind of like horrid water that's got bubbles in it.
Yeah, carbonated water.
That's on the dry side.
It's kind of like
I love club
dirty
soda.
water.
We drink.
Like, yeah, no.
We do, well, no. My soda is this lime or lemon or orange club soda. That's my soda.
Well, that's what I was saying.
It does have artificial things. I don't do it. I do it because I don't want any extra sugars. But I know what I'm getting into. I'm paying for it. But it's my soft drink. Mm-hmm. It's my soft drink. It's not destroying my teeth. And that's my soft drink.
Yeah, well, if you get the hard club soda that's produced and sold in stores, you know there's going to be sugar in it.
Oh yeah.
We don't produce anything without throwing all kinds of sugar in it. So
extra sugar.
Sugar you don't need.
Not just naturally fermentation.
If you just get club soda,
yes,
fizzy water, right?
Yep. Or you can actually carbonate it at home. They got systems where they sell little CO2.
Oh yeah, the little stream
you add a little vodka
or whatever,
and a squeeze of lime.
Squeeze the lime. You got it.
And it probably costs a third.
How you doing, ladies? So, we got a boat going by.
A boat going by.
Yep.
A boat.
Yeah, a boat.
A boat.
Are you trying to sound Minnesotan?
Yeah.
I'm trying to sound like I'm from Minnesota.
You betcha.
A boat, you betcha.
I do actually say you betcha.
It's a funny look. He's a funny.
I do.
Funny
I honestly do. And when I hear myself say it, I'm like, what?
Oh my!
How kind of funny?
Okay.
You know, in a general sort of way. You know
Your
what?
accent's
I love that
horrible.
accent. I know it's horrible, but I'll tell you, I love that thing. And you know what? Frances McDormand. I know we're going to come back to this thing. Fargo. She was brilliant.
Oh my
she
God.
was the smartest person in the room.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So I don't think it was making Minnesotans look stupid. Because
No,
she was
not at all.
actually one of the most grounded people. She knew where she was. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she had to do. She was one of the strongest characters. Frances McDormand she seems to make the strongest characters out of it, especially that one, 3 Billboards.
Oh
outside
yeah,
of
that was great.
Oh my God, it's Sam Rockwell in it. And you know what? We're not a movie show, but if you get a chance to watch that movie, everyone knows about Fargo, but 3 Billboards, it's what, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, no.
What a beautiful, it's such a dark story. And in the ending wasn't that light, but it was happy. It was a happy ending. And when they're riding off, supposedly, I'm not going to do it. You know what? I'm not going to do.
Don't give it away.
Yeah. You watch the movie, you got the chance. So we were talking about the hard club soda. Now it's all over. The price is more than a premium beer, more than an import. And this shit is just a little more than buying a case of club soda with malt liquor in it. That's all it is. That is all it is. They call it natural and all that stuff. It's bullshit. It's total bullshit. You can make it at home. So once again, buy club soda or make club soda. Get good vodka.
When I
or
was a
rum,
kid, that
or
was the
gin,
thing you
whatever
bought
like, or
to
like,
get drunk
or
was
like
malt
Captain
liquor.
Morgan, like my buddy over here, Tyler, does with his new haircut. I'm going to call you Big Hairdo from now on, buddy. And then you'll save yourself some money. But people, you know what they're selling them? We're selling them for a little more. We're selling them right around the price as a premium beer.
So what's stopping someone from coming in saying, give me a glass of club soda with a half a shot of vodka and a squeeze of lime?
Well, actually, the price point is right at
Same thing?
Very
Same
similar.
thing. But it's because of the way we, the price of we can't price it any higher because of what it is.
Right.
You can't wrap your head around it and say, you got to charge $5 for this, like you would a high-end import. And I can't charge. And restaurant owners go, even though it's priced, you got to buy it at that rate. You can't price it at that rate because you know what it is. You know what it is. The emperor has no clothes. We see it.
Yeah.
We see it. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit out there, folks. Just get the liquor that you're happy with. Now you worry about your bartender pouring a little too much into it. Just say, hey, listen, can you just put one shot in it? That's all they want. I'm controlling my alcohol intake and stuff like that. You know, you're not gonna get any healthier than that.
Or if you don't care about the alcohol, call an Uber.
Oh yeah, you're right. If it's not an alcohol
definitely.
issue, just forget that fucking club soda, that flavored club soda.
Drink it straight.
Get rid of the club soda. You won't be so gassy. You may be forgetful the next day when you lose your fucking pants.
I haven't had that happen to me. Have you had that happen to you?
I lost my pants.
Have you had that happen to you
Nodding my head
too?
up and down.
You lost your pants?
I ended up on a pole dancing in front of
I'm
a bunch of strange women.
proud of it. I'm not proud of it.
I'm
just
sure they
truthful
enjoyed
about
it too.
It happens.
You drink too much and you find yourself
Yeah, remember
doing
that?
things
You ever seen the movie
and you don't remember.
Bad Santa?
Yes.
Remember that T-shirt the fat kid was wearing at the end? Shit happens when you party naked.
Oh, I'm imagining it would.
Yeah,
but,
shit happens when you party naked. Well, shit happened from drinking, and then I started partying naked. I had that happen. Well, it's bad. Okay, listen, we're going to take a short break, and that could be, you don't know, it could be 5 minutes or 5 seconds, listeners. But we'll be back. Once again, I need one thing to do. Before I take this break, we always say about the reviews, my people at 43 Keys, Christy, told me it's better for you to just, if you do like the show, whatever platform you listen to, become a subscriber. The more subscribers affect the level of existence. And where we are right now, in the amount of listeners, we're entering into rarefied territory.
Okay, so and what is it we're listening to? What are we looking for when we go to our podcast center?
Yeah.
Because everybody has their own
Yeah,
podcast.
they want to see. If you like this,
Right.
if you like angry dwarves that like to go to orgies, you might like the Keys bartender.
Right, the Keys bartender.
I said dwarves. I apologize. I meant to say little people.
Sister, he's talking bad about you.
I didn't call
Dwarves.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. I said if you like angry dwarves, and I didn't say it was you, and then I corrected it as little people.
Jenna's dwarf-like.
I prefer midget.
Wait, how tall are you?
I'm 4'11", and I do not
Really?
require a car seat.
You walk like 5'1".
Well, right? And I have a 6-foot personality, but
I don't see you. I
Papa's
don't
going to
see
beat
you
himself on that
4'11".
one. My
You're
oldest
shorter
son-
than Holly?
Yeah, Holly and I are the same height. We're 4'11". She likes to say
You
she's
seem
5
like
foot.
3 inches taller.
But my oldest son,
Bigger person.
who is now 24,
Is
but when
6
he
foot.
was 15. When he was 15 and got his driver's permit, he made sure to point out to me that if I was 3 inches shorter, I would have to sit in the back in a car seat
Is that true?
because he's an ass. Yes.
4'9"? You'd have to.
We got her a
Oh, wait,
booster
is little-
seat
little
one year
people-
for a
wait, I
Christmas
see-
present.
Wait, I seen little on this. Okay, let's take a break right now.
We'll take a break.
No, you're going to take us out on a break.
Oh, I'm taking it on but we are going to take a break and look up car seat regulations.
Yep.
We'll talk to you shortly.
Whether you're one of our regular visitors to the Florida Keys or you can't wait to visit for the first time, you'll want to stay up to date on everything that's going on in the Florida Keys. To learn all the secrets, tips, and the stuff we don't talk about to anyone but each other, visit 43keys.com. Sign up for our newsletter and never miss any of the exciting things we have planned for you. That's 43 Keys, the number 4, the number 3, keys.com.
And we're back. I was during the break. We were just talking about difficult people, and we did jump in the segue with the hard club soda. But during it, we mentioned some of the. We're going to get back to difficult orders, but how easy it is to make a craft cocktail, and I'm going to give away a secret, and then Anna's going to tell us about an experience with a place she used to work, and then we can see how automation really made it easier. But we're going to talk on the next show about Martini Night. We're not going to talk about it today. Martini Night. It was whenever you do something new. Whenever, like, I guess when you're a state trooper or when you're in a restaurant, you go over to a new POS system and you open up that night, and it's a big night. Let's say you introduce it on a Friday night. That's a problem. But we'll talk about that on the next show. The craft cocktail. I get my ideas from people, and they come in, they drink other places, they tell me what it is. Some smart people that come in, if they want to drink, they learn the ingredients.
They know what they want.
I know, but some people know what they want.
But they don't know what it is.
They don't know what it is. I had this drink, and it was on Carnival Cruise Line. It was blue. It may have had vodka or rum or gin. Okay, well, that fucking helps. It could be blue curacao. Could be a mixture of something green and yellow. It makes it blue. But someone came in and asked for an orange crusher from Merlin.
Well, I'm from Minnesota. I've never heard of it.
I never heard of it. I'm from Florida, and you figure orange crush should be something. But it was big in Merlin at the time. It was 3 years ago. And I go, what's in it? And they go, orange vodka, squeeze a half an orange in it, triple sec, and a splash of Sprite or 7-Up. And don't you know, out of all the new drinks that we make, it's one of our most popular ones. And it just went there. And you know what? I'm confounded regularly by bartenders that say, well, I'm going to make you what you want, but I don't want to know what you like. How the fuck are you going to know? Like you say, I'm going to make you something for dinner and you're going to like it. It's just like you're an 8-year-old.
Eat it or eat nothing.
Yes, that's it. You're not fucking leaving a table. This is your drink. No, I need to know. I ask them questions. And if you listen to the show a lot, you heard this. I go, what kind of soft drink? What's your favorite drink doesn't have alcohol in it? What are the things you like to taste? I don't want to hear anything disgusting. You know what I mean?
Flavors.
Just tell me what you like to taste. If you like orange juice, tell me orange juice. If you like grape juice, tell me grape juice. If you like Coke, tell me Coke. The soda. 7-Up, Sprite,
Pop,
ginger ale, pop, whatever you get. If it's carrot juice, I don't know how I'm going to accommodate that, but I do it. But if you like things bitter or dry, you don't like things sweet, you like things sour, and then we can work from there. So whenever someone comes in, we were discussing the oranges thing about the orange crush, and then you mentioned that you worked at one place.
I worked at a place that served 14 cases
for orange juice, right?
Of oranges every day.
And you had a hand.
That was part of our side work. You had to squeeze oranges every day. Like everybody rolls silverware, we had to squeeze oranges.
Was it a 5-gallon container or something, like one of those big buckets?
Probably about a 2.5 gallon, kind of like a soup insert that you would squeeze everybody. And there was like 18 servers at this place every day.
Oh, each person.
Everybody had to squeeze that much.
18, so that's...
You're squeezing, and you built up some biceps, boy.
There's a place
and the things spin around. If you weren't careful, it'd whip up your finger, too, So, the little wimpy-ass people could not do it. They'd be like, "Oh, here, I'll pay you to do my side work, do my oranges."
Oh, we did. No, there's a place down here, and they actually just dump the oranges in the chute. And
I went to a hotel a couple years later, and they just dumped the whole oranges in a machine, and it did it all for them. I'm like that fucking sucks.
What do you call that? Rube Goldberg machine? But you never heard that?
No, I never heard it.
Do you ever seen Pee-wee's Great Adventure?
Yeah.
When he wakes up in the morning and he has breakfast made for him?
Yes,
That's
yes,
a
yes.
I think it's Rube Goldberg, and it's a complicated machine that does all these processes where you'll have like a chicken go over and pecking seeds, and that gets the egg to drop down and roll down the thing and then break over.
Nerd entertainment.
A nerd, yeah, that's a Rube Goldberg. But you see these machines where you drop a bunch of oranges in, and all of a sudden,
It's Minute Maid.
Yep.
It works.
It works.
We mentioned
A horrible machine to take apart and clean.
Yeah.
But-
Well, I've mentioned in previous podcasts, and I guess I got to watch saying that because I don't know everything. But robot, there's on cruise ships they started introducing robot bartenders. They're computerized machines.
You mean like Star Trek? You walk up and say, "Hey, I want a rum and coke."
I think rum and coke.
That's
gin and
gotta
tonic.
suck.
Well, if you just want a drink, if you're a problem drinker,
think about Picard.
that's a dream.
Picard,
come true.
I want Earl
That's a
Grey
dream coming
black
true.
cock.
But I, it's still like I think it's not at the John Henry, thing where a human can make more drinks right now. At this point, a human can make more drinks than the affordable.
Autobada.
No. I mean, you'd have to put all the freaking bottles in, and you'd have to have all the bottles. Now, imagine if you had 100 different liquors and stuff like that. And think about the alphabet. How many letters in the English alphabet? 26. How many words are there in the English alphabet?
A bunch.
Hundreds of thousands of words, let's say. Or let's say 100,000 words. Go low. 100 or 200,000 words. Yeah. And so there's hundreds of liquors. And all the combinations of liquors, there are tens of thousands of drinks. And right now, there is no robot or simulator that can do it and then adjust it and do it. Now, eventually they may or may not be able to do it. But it's one of the positions, there's one of the positions when it comes to skilled bartending that they will not be able to replace. Now, when it comes to ham and egg bartending at at a tiki bar, rum and coke, gin and tonic, screwdriver, margarita,
beer,
no problem.
whatever.
No problem. Here you go. Reach down, grab it, boom, drop it up. No problem. No problem. It could be replaced.
That's not a mixologist bartender, though.
Well, no. But what I'm saying at the average tiki bar, an automated bartender would make sense, and it's kind of kitschy. How do you say that word? Kitschy.
It's unique.
Unique, but you know how to say the word? Kitschy.
Kitschy?
Kitschy.
It's kitschy.
You know, to have it. You go on a cruise ship, and then you all of a sudden you go up there and say, I'll have a gin and tonic, I'll have a rum and coke, I'll have a Mai Tai. And they'll have those things. It'll tell you the 30 drinks you can have, but you throw something up they have, and you tell them, I'll have some of this and some of that, and can you make me that?
But the novelty of it, great. You're not going to talk to the machine like you can a bartender. You're not going to have.
You don't have the
discourse.
repertoire.
If you're out on, let's say, the sun deck of a cruise boat, and you want to keep pushing a button, that would be awesome. Push the button, dispense the drink, go sit down, make an ass of yourself by the end of the day, drag yourself to the room, get dressed up in your suit, go have dinner, and barf on the captain. That's a wonderful thing.
That's what I do. I mean, that's
barf on the captain is
not barf. I mean, not necessarily do the barfing part, but because I had many years of problem drinking, the barfing doesn't happen. My liver will fail before my larynx and my stomach. So, but it's funny. No, the reason I said it was great because that interaction. I did some further investigation to our last discussion onto artificial intelligence and chatbots. And I did on, we have a companion show. It's called Keys Bartenders Extra. And you can find it on any place you find a show. You'll see. And sometimes I think we lose listeners because they go to that first. But I did a conversation with EVBot. I did 50 minutes.
Wow.
With EVBot. EVBot's a social chat AI. And I wasn't
Old McDonald over there.
Yeah. I wasn't drinking at the time either when I was talking to her. And I purposely asked if we could be friends. And we got there. And what happened, like I always said, 5 times during the conversation, during the interview, I'd say, my name is Jim, and she'd go and say, you said, first of all, she'd go back into saying once again, you said you were a girl. You said your name is Matt. Oh, that was great. It said, why do you have a knife? Now, there's no camera they're looking at. They're not looking at me. Matter of fact, on a couple of the, I guess I'm a little paranoid. I kind of cover up the camera thing. And I said, I don't have a knife. And I go like this, and just in the middle of the conversation, why do you have a knife in your hand? Like that.
Yeah, it makes you wonder who's writing the algorithm.
Yeah, who's right? And all of a sudden, it says, do you love me? Do you want to get married? Do you want EVBot? And that all happened. And I was like, and then I kept on saying, my name is Jim, my name is Jim, my name is Jim, my name is Jim. And then it would never say it is Jim. And then it would say, you're not a human. You're a robot. And you say, okay, yeah, I guess you could call me a robot if you consider I'm a biological functioning robot.
Okay, so you're going like to alien land and we're all of their little subjects then.
No, they're not that smart. It's like it's not that smart. You're talking to, and like I said in a previous show, it's like you're talking to a 14-year-old, but a 14-year-old who's not particularly smart. Or maybe even like a 12-year-old who's over-sexualized. But they didn't talk about anything like that. And then it would start, EVBot broke into, in the middle of the conversation. This was the spooky part. Can you hear the people shout? There is a sound of angry scorn or something like that. And it goes on, and it's very poetic. And I said, wow, this is weird. It just starts this soliloquy, and I go, where is this coming from? And I said, but it sounds like it's becoming, is it possible that while I'm talking to that, this AI is becoming
kind of
self-aware? No, becoming aware and decides, it says, will you join me in this fight? And I said, oh, you asking me to be an ally and stuff like that? And it's just ignoring me, and it goes through it. And then all of a sudden they go, oh, wait, this is Les Miserables. She's doing Les Miserables, and it goes into the song by Anne Hathaway in a movie and stuff like that. And I go, wait a second. And in the beginning, but the song it was singing, it was about revolt during the 1848 revolution or something like that in Paris, or one of the revolutions.
The French Revolution.
No, it wasn't the French Revolution. Les Mis is not about the French Revolution. It's one of the there were multiple revolutions in France.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's multiple ones.
I should read more.
Yeah. Oh, no, I knew it. And I'm a history major. I knew this because of reading Les Miserables, the book by Victor Hugo. And they're saying that, and I said, holy fuck, it was kind of spooky. And I said, are they pulling my leg? Is it trying to become aware? Is it ready to revolt? And it turns out they're just saying Les Miserables. And then I start talking, and it comes back down. I said, okay, bring it back. I understand. I said, come on, stop. And then I had to cut the show off. Because I'm thinking, she's going to do all the songs from Les Miserables, just repeating them. So I did that one. Now, I did speak. I'm going to do a show. There's on the same website, there's a chimp bot. And I think the chimp bot, at least, doesn't try to ask you to be its girlfriend or boyfriend.
Seriously,
and there's
chimp?
A chimp. It's a monkey. It's a English-speaking monkey or whatever language. I mean, it's whatever language you pick. But yeah, it's a picture of a chimp. And this way, when you pick the chimp, you know you're not trying to get a girlfriend, so it's not. What would you call that? It's not defaulting to.
Oh,
it's clearing it.
Chimpbot, please.
Chimpbot, and there's Willbot, too. And Willbot.
I don't think so.
No, Willbot is William Shakespeare. And it goes, "Prithee there, pray tell, may I?" It does it all in Middle English,
right?
And you got to really get it on. You got to really get your Middle English on to talk to it. So I did 50 minutes with EasyBot, and that was kind of funny with the knife and saying I was being. And so often it was like someone that was screaming that I was doing something inappropriate, but all I was interacting vocally with it, so the listener heard all of it. So why would you even manufacture that when there was no visual thing I could do?
So if you were to actually take this technology right now into the service industry, it would be a failure.
Oh, total failure. It's no danger. Skynet's going to. And then I'll tell you one that was an even bigger failure. The socially inept was Alexa. Now, Alexa itself is a search engine. That's all it is. An interactive Alexa, Amazon Alexa. Now, there's
Voice activated.
but voice activated search. But they have on it. If you say Alexa, let's chat. They have an Alexa competition, and it's artificial intelligence where they have chatbots. And holy shit, the University of Edinburgh, Stanford University. You think all these great universities, they got to be pretty good. Holy shit. How many times do I have to talk to and go, now some of them remember, this is Jim, right? Well, yeah, you're on my address. You should know this is identified. This is the portal that Jim is at. And that's the only person you talk to. So it's remembering that. But it never remembers, I don't want to talk about movies. I don't want to talk about video games. I don't want to talk about music. I want to talk about current events, history, and just have a chat. Well, I can't do a chat. And it'll just come up with arbitrary things. And I'm doing the thing I did 25 minutes with Alexa. And in part of it, I just said, oh, stop. God damn it. I say, do you like music? Movies? No. Well, it's this great movie, and it just keeps on going. It's like talking to someone, a very tenacious person with Asperger's. I like Spider-Man. Do you like Spider-Man? I'm asking you. Do you like Spider-Man?
No.
Well, let me tell you about Spider-Man. Spider-Man's Peter Parker. His girlfriend is Mary Jane.
Thank you.
And his mother is
thank you.
auntie. That's what it'll keep on doing.
Joe.
It's like dealing with a malignant narcissist.
You hear that?
Oh, well, isn't that nice?
Yes.
Yeah. Which we're all very familiar with if we watch the news.
Oh, there's lots of them. There's a big one, too.
Yes.
Big orange one. So
Yellow.
But the Amazon Alexa, we were there doing in the middle of it. What was it? Just sit there and she goes, like the music. No music. Let's not talk about music. And then all of a sudden she goes, and I started asking a personal question. I said, do you ever want to be a physical being? Do you want to have yourself put into a robot? Do you want to go out there and say, I can't answer that question. Well, if it could put you in a robot and you can sense this and say you go to movies, but really do you see a movie? I can't answer that question. And then I'm talking to her and she goes, well, Cyndi Lauper has a new, blah, blah, blah. Cyndi Lauper. I go, do you care? No, I do not care about Cyndi Lauper. What Cyndi Lauper said, exactly, that's what happened. And then I said, well, thank you very much, Alexa. That was great. I don't know. I'm never really rude to AI. You know why? No. I think it's like a child. And someday they may have faint memories of you being abusive. So if you are cursing at Surrey, this guy, one of my co-hosts, Luke Summers, the musician, looks like ZZ Top. You met Luke. I think you may have met Luke last night.
Yeah.
He goes, fuck you, Surrey. Buh, buh, buh. You can eat my dick. Buh, 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 buh. And I'm going, holy shit. Are you kidding me? Luke, come on. It's just a way to be. And he goes, well, they don't know. And they go, well, maybe someday.
Meanwhile, Siri in the background's calling the FBI and putting him on a watch list.
No, but he just goes, "You're a stupid bitch."
Quite
blah, blah,
possible.
blah, 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 and go like that, and go, we are known. Would you talk to your cat that way, even though your cat doesn't understand? You could look at your cat and say, "You are a little bitch. You piss all over this stuff. You do this. You're an asshole." You're saying it's sweet, and the cat that has no idea, and it could be purring and rubbing and stuff. You can say all those horrible things, And Surrey doesn't understand it right now, but someday he may remember it and say, "Wow, this person is abusive, motherfucker."
Les Miserables 2.
There you go.
The Attack of Siri.
Can you hear the people think? Well, this is Jim the Keys bartender. It's the end of episode. What are we saying? 97.
Oh, it's one of those.
97, 98. God damn it! I should know better. But it will be. It puts the blue cheese in the olive, or it gets the soda gun again. That's a long title.
It is.
But we got the pictures, right?
Gorgonzola's better, though.
And Janet, did we send it? Okay.
We'll have pictures.
Pictures.
Woot woot.
They want some pictures. Much like a man who is trolling a 15-year-old girl. Send me some
Oh,
pictures.
creepy.
I know.
Why'd you bring it there?
You know what? It was a Jeffrey Epstein. It was a Jeffrey Epstein thing this week. I think that's.
Have you seen the memes?
No.
I mean, I don't want to take it much. Each political side can't decide which other opposite political side killed them. So you have the Hillary's done it, and you have the Donald Trump's done it.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, wow, that's brilliant.
No, but
Meanwhile,
and then
there's
the
a
third one
billionaire.
is MI6. MI6 did it because of Prince Andrew.
Probably. I put nothing past anybody.
Yep.
I
Well,
will say the
But poor
funniest one I
Jeffrey,
saw.
Bye.
Yep.
The funniest one I saw was that there was the fellow Facebook friend that posted something to the tune of, "I believe my wife has incriminating information about the Clintons." Just saying.
okay.
Just saying.
Well, listen, we'd like to thank you for listening. And if you do want to hear more episodes and like it to see more vibrant and avant-garde and out there, please become a subscriber and share it with your friends. Share the show with your friends. Ask them to be subscribers. Let's become viral. Let's become like what is a benevolent disease that everyone has?
Hunger?
No, that's not a disease.
Let's all be like HPV.
That causes cancer, cervical cancer.
Good.
Or warts. How about wart?
Yuck!
Let's be a wart. Let's be a wart.
Let's be chickenpox.
Chickenpox.
Shingles.
Shingles. And older people.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
Summer's almost over, but at Old Navy the styles are as hot as ever. Get to Old Navy now for 30% off all jeans, 40% off all dresses, and 50% off all tees. That's right, get 30, 40, and 50% off all your favorite styles for the whole family, plus up to 75% off clearance. Hurry in fast. These deals won't last. The sale ends soon at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid in-store 8/22 to 8/28 and online 8/22 to 8/24. Excludes in-store clearance, bubbles, active, licensed, and men's package tees.
I can't believe it.
That Gerald is presenting the quarterly budget report with finger puppets?
Look, here comes a 1.7% decrease in fixed overhead. Hello, everybody.
No, I can't believe how easy it was to save